Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.
Love the way she ride, love the way she rock her body. Love the way she ride, love the way she rock her body. Love the way she ride, love the way she rock her body. Love the way she ride, love the way she rock her body. Love the way she ride, love the way she rock her body. Love the way she ride, love the way she rock her body. Love the way she ride, love the way she rock her body. Love the way she ride, love the way she rock her body.
Get into is a track meet where now Cincinnati capitalizes offensively and now their defense gets back on the field, or their defense forces a turnover and they score off of it. That is how Cincinnati's won all their games all year long, is forcing turnovers and offensively making big plays offensively.
They force turnovers better than almost anyone in the country.
Yeah.
If you look at the numbers, and it's something that they've really made hay off of, despite the option that their offense really is good. All right, we got more coming your way on conversation around this game. Let's go back to the podium, though. Cameron Latu, who maybe asked to step up in a really big way, is speaking right now.
Backup linebackers, are those guys going to be able to match up in the second half when guys get fatigued and you're going to have to start rotating? I think that's the biggest question mark in this game.
For me, it comes down to Cincinnati does have a fighter's chance, and I like Cincinnati because of their quarterback. How they still don't respect us, and they still doubt us, and no matter what we're doing defensively, it's not about the offense, because everybody says Alabama's the offense and how much points they score, but defensively, that is what's keeping them in games, and that is what's helping them win these games the last down the stretch.
What I think is important is not what the narrative the media is saying.
Yes.
What is the narrative that the Alabama players are hearing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of Nick Saban and all their coaches, they have the same narrative, and that's, hey, they're underdogs. No one believes. Yeah, you're number one, but no one believes in you. No, and it's probably what Nick Saban is saying, you know, and that's why it's Will Anderson and their team is buying into it. And when you have a hungry Alabama team, ooh, danger.
Yeah.
Watch out.
So Bill O'Brien, obviously, and Doug Marrone having to miss some time away from the team due to COVID protocols, but they are now back. It was interesting because Bryce Young talked about having Bill O'Brien zooming into their meetings and into practices, and it'll be better for them to have him back. But, you know, Tim, I'm interested in your thought on the way that O'Brien showed that offense in the SEC championship, right? It was a big improvement.
Yes. I think it's a bigger deal than most people because of the continuity. That's actually the most important time. Is not the days leading up to the game. That's all your hay's in the barn, right?
Yeah.
That time is where you're coming in game plans. Your quarterback and coaches are talking. You're meeting with your receivers. You're going over those little intricate details. And honestly, for us going into a national championship and Mullen taking the head job at Mississippi State and him coming back for the game but missing that crucial time, that was it. Like, no, this is the most important time. And so I think it's a big deal, and I'm interested to see how this offense is in sync because of him missing so much time.
And Rome, they're without John Mechie.
That is a huge thing, but I don't think it's as big as a deal in this game as it could be possibly because the way Alabama has to go about it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm not trying to – it's not going to be about Bryce Young. And I know that sounds crazy, right? That sounds crazy. But it's going to come down to Brian Robinson in this run game. Yeah. Cincinnati runs a 3-down front, and last time Alabama faced a team like that was Ole Miss, where they got away from the pass game because you have so many athletic guys in the back half that make plays. So, hey, what do? We're just going to turn around and hand the ball off, and now we stay in third and manageable, and we continue to keep the chains moving. And you have to find a way to win this one game, and so you have to do it however that must be. And with this game, the game plan must be running the football.
That's interesting because when I went back and watched the last 4 games from Cincinnati, my first thought was, I think if you go empty and spread this team out, just like you did against Georgia with great athletes, Cincinnati's their matchup with some of their best guys, but they don't match up with their backers.
That's true.
Also, if I can get my crazy fast athletes in space against their backers, I like that mismatch. So.
And they never cover 5 out. So that is the one thing. When you run a zone scheme and you blitz these guys, so you only have so many underneath defenders, when the offenses get 5 guys out in the route, they have to spit the ball faster, and now you get these guys in space with the ball and you create. It's a weakness of a defense.
Can you tell we're excited to talk about this game? There's a lot more of that coming from these guys here, and we'll be with you throughout this media day. But let's go now, check in on the podium with DJ Dale. He starts us off. We'll hear from him.
With some guys getting healthy ahead of this Cotton Bowl game against Cincinnati. Brian Robinson, the running back who was hampered in the SEC championship game, is good to go, healthy, and his practice